don't know why I don't get his name right. Gotta be more professional, y'all. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Okay. Came in a minute early. I just want to make sure everything was working. It's Sunday, y'all. Had the door open. Try to get the angle right, but we got the lighting right. Let's wait till the people come up in the room. I gotta get the trailer too. I gotta put this trailer on the I started doing my lives and stuff. I gotta do that StreamYard, all that good stuff. What's going on, y'all? I'm here. Man, just getting out the shower, probably looking ashy. Sound like your boy. Nobody don't give a damn about that. 7:30 p.m. We here, y'all. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in the ATL. Everybody's doing well. Welcome to Mind Games Uncut Live. We here. We just gonna, you know, talk a little bit about Master P, what he was talking about, and wait people come up in here, drink some of my electrolytes. Yeah. Let me see. Let people know we in. Let me see. Y'all. Let me see how this. Let me see how I'm looking on the. Let me see how I'm looking. Okay, this is a live. Okay, it should be already up. It should be. Let me see. It's saying notify me, but I'm here. Let me see. 7:30. Why it ain't? Hold on. Oh yeah, because I'm trying to see how they should be showing it. I'm live. Okay, there you go. Okay, showing I'm live. Okay. Let me see how I'm looking on the. Oh yeah. That yeah. We get the visual is a whole lot better. We're gonna even make it more crisp. Um. Okay. Let me check the volume. Okay, we're good. All right, y'all. Let me share this real quick, everybody. And we'll get started. Like I said, I normally don't do the weekends. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. See how how the vibe be on the weekend and all that good stuff. All right, let me see. All right, trying to share it to some people. Let me see. Let me share it to Mind Games Uncut group page and put it on there. Put it right there. Boom, boom, boom. Do it like that. So I know y'all at home, man. What in the hell? Moving on. What in the hell? Man. Man. People tripping. Yeah. Yeah. Man, these people, these sisters be tripping me out, boy. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, we here. Let me see what people say in the comments. Let me see. What did he say? Okay. Let me see something. Let me send this to my. Okay. All right, y'all. We here. Let's get this thing going. I've been doing too much talk. Anyway, Master P calls out black people. Not really calling out black people, but he's saying the same thing I've been saying, the others been saying. And a lot of black conservatives been yelling. But I'm not a conservative. I'm independent. I'm a free thinker. But I do believe that we as a people sometimes play the victim. I know some of my people gonna come at me on this, but it is what it is. I mean, come on now. And I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. Kind of what P talking about, because let me see. Hold on, let me do this, y'all. Let me play what he was saying. Have y'all seen it? Say I'm a Democratic shit. Shit. Oh no, brother. Oh no, not them. Dang, what is it? Okay, let me see, y'all. All right, here we go, y'all. Let me see. I know y'all probably heard it. Let's go to it.
Can't work together. Think about when I go down Rodale Drive and see all these stores. They owned by all the same kind of looking people. None of them fighting. None of them caring about what each other have or got. And I love that. I want to see that for our culture and our people. That's why I fight to educate our culture and our people. Because we got to get on that page. Like, if we get on that page, we're going to be dangerous because we We spend $1 trillion a year, think about it, and we don't own nothing. And we make 0.1% of black CEOs in Fortune 500 companies, but we spending all the money.
Yep, and I'm gonna pull up. Y'all know me. I come with receipts, but I'm gonna find those black people who was hating on P. He had to make an apology. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Master P. I just saw this. Apologizes. Let me see. I won't apologize to nobody. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. Let me see.
I gotta get out of character.
Hold on, y'all.
Not even Nick Cannon. Anybody.
Hold on, y'all.
Master, he apologized. You did something.
Hold on. They got some old stuff. It's old stuff. Let me see. He just did it. Hold on, y'all. And I thought somebody had it. And he got some people. Let me hit this one guy.
How come we don't own our own tennis shoe, but Nike started out of their garage? Look, it's not about a color. Like, think about it. Even though when I help black owned business, I'm doing it because we at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, this product is for everybody: blacks, white, Asian, Latino. But show me how many black-owned tennis shoe companies out there that own culture don't believe that we can do it. Negative mindset on our culture because they still going back to old man slavery. They did us this, and I'm like, you still harping on that, man. I never harped on that. A lot of us, we block our own blessings. We looking at a color. Wow, so your man Master P is in some hot water right now because he told black people, y'all need to get over slavery straight up. Wow, the black conservatives are loving P right now. I see some good in what P was saying. I see a lot of good in what P was saying. I think he does want black people to be more independent and build our own infrastructure. But at the same time, P telling black people they need to get over slavery. Everything ain't about a color. He sell his shoes to everybody. God damn, P. He talking out both sides of his mouth. I get where P's trying to come from. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like he's telling black people at the same time, hey man, why y'all still tripping over slavery and stuff like that? Only thing I would say to P is, I'm like, do you tell that to them other groups? Do you tell that to them other groups? Or are you just picking on black people? You feel me? I don't agree with P on that part. I think it is systems in place that, harbor black people. So I get where P's coming from, but P also got.
What's going on, Kathy B?
Seriously, bro, you're a successful rapper. You're not going through the same issues that.
You know what? I can't listen to black people like that. We got my goddamn nerves. I'm for real. Like, we always laughing, cracking jokes. Don't understand business. If he's telling black people to get over slavery, I disagree. No, I ain't saying to get over slavery. Of course, we got to acknowledge that I disagree on that too myself. I'm saying that we can't use, and I'm for reparations. I'm still for reparations. But the thing is, I get what he's saying for as like, how can I say this? Everybody had something done to them. I give you a good example. Yeah, we know the Jews they got reparations and stuff, but they made a pact before they got their reparations too, y'all. The Asians, but not all Asians, just the Japanese got their reparations. Chinese, they build their power from the ground up, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to treat the Chinese pretty bad too. And remember, Chinese beef with Japanese and North Korean beef with South Koreans and all them other Asian groups. So they got their little their tribal wars and stuff too. But the thing is, I think first off, black people are not organized with the damn. Like I told y'all before, we never had organized crime. If that was the case, Lucky Luciano and Meyer Lansky and all them would have came in and took over Harlem. That movie Hoodlum was for real. Bumpy Johnson and them had to go to the Italians to get protections because they had the district attorneys, they had the judges we can do the same thing. They could have bought jerseys because they had the black banks in Harlem for 10 years, controlled by Manuel St. Clair. They could have did that, but see, they just kind of kept it, condensed to just black people. We want to create the numbers, the lottery and stuff. Black, they call it nigger pennies. Black people created that. And see, the thing about us, when we start something, we never finish it. When I start something, I always finish it. I try my own care if it's just me. Well, I know it takes more than just me, but we got to, whatever we, just like FUBU and all that stuff, man. Don't y'all know Gucci ain't even owned by the Gucci family? Y'all don't know that, did you? Gucci is owned by like investors and stuff. That's facts. So yeah, not saying he said be about slavery, but he just saying we just can't keep, like, for instance, we haven't been enslaved. Our ancestors was enslaved. You know what I'm saying? That's what he basically saying. I had a conversation with a lot of black people. One thing about conservative blacks, I will say this about a bunch of black conservatives, they get stuff done. They do. Most black conservatives I know, I got a lot of friends who black conservatives, they don't make excuses. All of them successful. All of them successful. I ain't say you gotta be a conservative to be a successful black person. I'm just saying their mindset is totally different. They don't even yell white supremacy, none of that, because they know at the end of the day, it don't matter how much we yell white supremacy. It's gonna be here, just like it's gonna be, like I said, like I told you, you're gonna be rapists. You're gonna have cheaters. You're gonna have people that lie. You can't stop that. And just like the guy from Boondock said, let me see. Can I find that video? Let's see, can I find that video? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. The dude from the Boondocks. Hold on. Let me see. I had it one time. Creator. And I'll get into the other thing. Creator. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Share. Appreciate that. Talks. And he was right. Let me see. Let me see if they find it. Here, go check this out, y'all. Watch this.
Understand that time is running out. And a lot of black people say that, but for real. Part of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up.
Facts.
I really want you guys to understand that time is running out.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
And a lot of black people.
Hold on, let me see. They got to cut it short on that one. Let me see. Let me see. Huh?
I really want you guys to understand those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence.
I'm trying to find the whole one. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I think this is it. Hold on.
Of the Boondocks, and they realized that they could use.
Here we go.
You ask some questions. Some of y'all had to go, oh, this ain't sitting right. But the vast majority of Americans believed it. How many of y'all are old enough to remember? Well, I guess none of you are old enough to remember Iran-Contra. I'm barely old enough to remember Iran-Contra. But I won't get into that.
Yeah, Sean Breezy said, hold on. Sean Breezy said, oh, my fault, hold on. Hold on. Sean Breezy said you can't stop a white supremacist, but you can definitely stop you from getting a job denying you a loan. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Such a limited amount of truth available for you to acquire, to digest, and to apply. This is not an accident, and it's not just a conspiracy against black people. This is the world in which you live today. As leaders, the most important thing that you have to remember is that the nature of power changes. These people who run the world, they may not be good people. And in fact, they're really, really bad people. But they're not stupid people. Rarely do they make the same mistakes twice.
Facts.
Meaning, whatever worked before, whatever strategies, whatever tactics, whatever plans were really successful 30, 40 years ago, they're not going to work anymore. They've learned those lessons. We're coming up on the anniversary of the March on Washington. One of the most memorable moments in American history, something that has ingrained itself in all of American culture, because we can remember all of us seeing the footage of all those people, Martin Luther King, the speech, the singing, all that stuff. It was a big deal. Then we had the Million Man March, 1995.
Good year.
We've seen that. That was the response.
Wow.
It wasn't that big a deal. It was a big deal for like a week. Y'all probably too don't remember that, but we all went, we felt good. It was like a moment. But there was something that felt a little old. And then there was a Million Mom March and a Million Black Women. There's been like 500,000 people marching since then. To the point that when we're on the verge of the Iraq War, after the Iraq War started, some 400,000 people marched in New York City. And they don't even get on the news. This is what I mean when I say that the nature of power has changed. The Civil Rights Movement, what was so amazing about it was that there was a brand new tactic. Mass media was new. Television was new. And they realized that they could use this new thing to their advantage. That they were showing people the oppression that Black Americans faced that would be beamed across the world. That would be the first time these images were being seen in this nature. And they used it masterfully, and it worked wonderfully. But in 2003, nobody cares about your march and your picket sign. And even if they did, they'll never know what happened. Because you won't get on the news. This is what image is. This is what we're talking about. Wrestling control of information from those that have it and those that don't want to be honest. Those that want to use that information to put a stranglehold on the entire planet. So those same people who are, flipping through and they're watching Fox News and they're watching CNN and they're watching MSNBC and they're being told how popular the president is and all that stuff. Then they flip a few channels over to BET and they watch You Act Like Idiots.
Dang. Yeah.
And that's all they see. They only see you acting like idiots. And you can get mad if you want. You can go, that's the media. Okay, yeah, it's the media, but they're still watching you act like idiots. And every week there's somebody new on television acting like an idiot. And they look like you, and they dress like you, and they talk like you. And
look, y'all, Bev, I want to let that man cook. And this the whole video. I always saw clips. Dude, smart. That's why Boondocks was such a successful cartoon, because the creator is a deep thinker. And he's right. Let me tell you something, man. I'm going to be honest. This one from my friends, my family members, and majority of Black people. They don't want to hear the goddamn truth. They want to sugarcoat it. They don't want to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, because let me tell you something. Like they said, you got to take power, man. I never forget when I filed bankruptcy, and I don't mind telling y'all this a while back. I had my house, the first house, and, I'm looking at getting land, of course. But right now, this is beside the point. I never forget, I met this white lawyer, this lady, and I didn't have enough debt, which was crazy because I always, I didn't really believe in credit cards and stuff. And she said, yeah, we got to kind of like fix it so we can, so you can apply for it. And she said, understand this. She said, exactly. Yup, power is given. It's always been taken. Yup, I was never given. It's always taken fast, bro. She says, always loopholes in the system. Remember that. She gave me a quick game, how they do it, why the whites and the Asians do it. Yeah. But Black people always try to play, not saying don't do the right thing, but always doing the right thing ain't the right thing. You feel me? Like like I tell everybody, the people who create laws and policies and all that, they don't follow that. That's for the regular people. They ain't got nothing to do with color. It's for just regular people, period. It's just for black people, it's a little harder because, because we ain't got our ish together. We so disorganized. And I'm not shooting our people down. I know some of people like, man, you can't think negative. I'm not thinking negative. I'm just speaking facts. And this one of the facts right here. Let me pull this up. Let me see, because I got a couple things. And I always tell y'all, I'll try to keep up with how many
Yes,
hold on,
there
y'all.
are more Asian and Asian American billionaires in the US than black billionaires. Tracking lists show dozens of Asian billionaires compared to around 10 to 15 black billionaires, including people like Robert Smith and Oprah Winfrey.
And you know what's crazy? I'm kind of glad AI said it, but I'm going to read it. Yes, there are significantly more Asians and Asian American billionaires. Because we know we got only 10 or 15 black billionaires. Man, let me tell you something. They didn't got to tell you. They don't even tell you how many Asian billionaires you have in America. Because the number's so high. Now let's go. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So like I told y'all.
While there isn't a specific count, Forbes.
Oh, yeah, my fault. I don't know why AI is talking. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Hold on. So the United States have approximately 989 billionaires. Formally, demographic breakdowns by race are not, they're not going to do it, but they are going to do it. Forbes, by historical studies and demographic data, indicate that white individuals make up the vast majority, roughly 65 to 7% of American billionaires. I mean, of course, we know how they got their wealth. I'm not stupid. While white billionaires estimated to comprise roughly 65 to 7% of the total count, translating to roughly 650 to 700 individuals. Our other demographic remain a percentage of distributed among Asian, Hispanics, and black billionaires, with black Americans represent a small fraction, fewer than 15 individuals nationally. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. And I think that's all I had right there. Hold on. And this is the thing, y'all. And I know a lot of black people don't want to hear this. And like I said, I'm a black American. That's my culture. The diaspora war thing, I'm not with all that. But you're going to have allies. Every group, Asian is a larger group of people. Yeah, Asians or Chinese, Japanese act. And the thing is, they got allies. Like I say, even though Japanese and Chinese don't like each other, North Korean, South Korean, they do business with each other. I know we got this diaspora. Why don't we delineating all this stuff? But let me tell you something. You can't beef with all black people across the world because there's some black people around the world that want to deal with us. Do you have some they don't want to deal with us? True. You got some black Americans that want to deal with black Americans. Let's just keep it a buck. This thing won't work unless you got allies, y'all. Black people don't have enough capital to do it by themselves in America. That's just a fact. You only got 10 to 15 billionaires. 10 to 15 billionaires out of hundreds of billionaires in America. Come on, man. You really can't even sit at the table with these people. We just got to stop sugarcoating down everything. Everybody we know who got billions of dollars, we know who they are. They famous. You got whites and Asians. You don't even know some of these people. Asians are a very tight-knit group. Yep, their money stays with them for a long period. Facts, bro. Let me tell you another group that's rising up. Well, we know the Indians behind the Asians. Even the Mexicans, like I told y'all, when it comes to engineers, we make up 3 to 5%. Check this out. My daughter has graduated this year. No, hold on. Yeah, this year. I remember 3.5 years ago when she's in the 9th grade, the professor told her, she graduated from a STEM school, my youngest daughter. I never forget, he told me, and I talked about it before. He said, look, he said, Mr. Mays, we need more black engineers real bad. They basically giving away scholarship. And I didn't know how serious it was until I started doing my own research on it. And that was back then, and 4 to 5%. That was 3.5 years ago, right? Check this out. 2026. My daughter graduated now. Guess what the number is when it comes to black engineers? Still between 3 to 5%. The Hispanic population was kind of like right there with us. Now they're in the double digits. They're like 11, 12%. Yeah, man. What's up, Rashid? What's up, brother? And we just got to be real with ourselves, man. A lot of us get online and just talk. We follow people who really don't give us the real blueprint to what we need to do to actually move forward as a people. We don't have no real organizations like say, you know, and I ain't gonna lie, the Boule had the right mindset for us. Because let me tell you something, you're gonna have to have a different class of black people. They got the business mind, but they still kind of like cater to pleasing, you know, white people. Even if you read the book, I told everybody read the book. I'm reading it for the third time, and I got the Audible too. The Origin of the Black Elites. Black people was conservative for a long time. Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, and black people were thriving. They was doing good. They should have just did what they was doing, but they wanted to be accepted. You listen in the book, you'll see they wanted to be accepted by the white people. Even though they was very educated, they had money, they thought they weren't good enough unless the white person gave them approval. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, black conservative had the right concept, but when it comes down to they want to please their masters, and that was the wrong thing. You don't see them other groups, even though they want to be, don't get it twisted, Japanese and stuff, they kind of mimic white people, but at the end of the day, they know their culture. Like, no, we're gonna keep this thing solid. Look at Chinatown. That's Chinatown in pretty much every major city in America. They never mess with it. I think they tried to come at Chinatown one time out in California when it first came out. I think Chinatown came out in 1910, a little bit around Reconstruction, like the Reconstruction, I think. So let you know how long they've been around. Black Wall Street was destroyed, and Black Wall Street was built back over. Y'all know that, right? It was, but it wasn't the same. Sweet Auburn Avenue. It's funny, you go to Sweet Auburn Avenue in Atlanta and see how it look now. You're like, damn, all these black people are homeless, you know, crime infested. But Sweet Auburn Avenue was like Harlem. It was one of the richest communities in America, matter of fact. I disagree. Other group, works in America, we continue to swim. Yeah, you're right. You're right, bro. They do, yeah. Other groups do. Asians, Indians, they do mimic America, but they got their own little, you know, twist to it. Now everybody want to have their cities looking like Dubai, because Dubai look like futuristic and stuff. I like how they buildings and stuff out there. Tokyo, all that too. We don't have no buildings like that. I'm sorry. I mean, about New York, about closer you're probably gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but we as a people, and I say I'm not. Have everybody listened to what Master P said? Did I play? I did play it right. What Master P was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you said, when you do business, y'all, this is a fact. When you do business, you're supposed to sell to everybody. If you just sell to black people, you're not gonna become wealthy. You can't do that. I mean, I never forget it when I came out of our fitness brand, Have 5. And we were trying to sell clothes at one time. And we just focus on like we bring awareness to diabetes and obesity in America, right? But when we were trying to sell our clothes, I never forget a friend of mine. She ain't gonna say her name, but she was a politician. And me and her went out for lunch, and she was like, we was going up by the Braves Stadium, I believe. And I never forget, it's Under Armour truck rolled past us, and she said, you see that truck, Under Armour? I said, yeah. She said, you know, Nike and Under Armour, they don't care who they sell their stuff to, black, white, Asian, whoever. She said, how 5 gotta be. You just can't sell to black. Okay, play it again. Okay, let me see. Oops. Oh. Yep, it don't matter who it is. You gotta sell to everybody. Okay, we'll go P.
Think about when I go down Rodale Drive and see all these stores. They owned by all the same kind of looking people. None of them fighting.
Nah, what stays anyway.
About what each other have, but and I love that. I want to see that for our culture and our people. That's why I fight to educate our culture and our people, because we got to get on that page. Like, if we get on that page, we're gonna be dangerous, because we spend $1 trillion a year. Think about it. And we don't own nothing. And we make 1/10 of 1% of black CEOs in Fortune 500 companies, but we spending all the money.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, how many times we gonna keep saying this though? We know how much money, the spending power we have. Just like that, when we was so-called trying to boycott the age. I told y'all, some of y'all gonna get mad with me. No, D, you gotta think positive. You gotta think positive. You know, when we were trying to boycott the Chinese, you know, the Chinese businesses and support black business, we should be supporting black business anyway. It should not take somebody to unalive a black child or kill a black person, you know, for you to boycott them people. Guess what? That lasts about what? Maybe a month, if that. Go by the nail salon, black women in there. Go to the hair, you know, the beauty masters and stuff, black women in there. Yep, Asian businesses now. Yep. You say you're in the Asian business now? Go to the wing spot. Black people ain't getting their wings and stuff. They eating that unhealthy stuff. And look, the Asians don't even eat this stuff. They be serving us. Crazy. Black folk, you talk about Target, black people still in Target. Walmart, y'all might forget about it. Where you gonna go? Really? Like, we talk all this, but what do we have? We don't have no alternative. We don't have, hell, we don't even have a Dollar Tree, a black Dollar Tree of our own. Let alone trying to, we're gonna boycott. What the heck? And even if you boycott Walmart, you just gonna go to Amazon, another white man. Asian businesses is now entwined with black culture. We can't separate it at this point. Facts. You're right. Broken Tradition. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. And a lot of y'all, you know, it's just a bunch of talk, man. That's why I don't even engage in a lot of these conversations no more. Because I already know a lot of us is gonna be talking. I always support black business. There's certain black business I always support through the week. Been doing it for a long time. I have employed black people. We have, you know, man, only go down the list. Working on some things now, actually, that we're gonna be, everything go right. We'll be putting more of our people to work. It's a slow process, but the thing is, I don't say a lot of stuff I'm doing. And you know, of course, y'all know about I gotta throw this out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We Control You. Mini documentary. Check out part 1. We Control You P2 will be out October 25th. Shout out to Broken Tradition. He's on there. Shout out to Kathy B. She's one of the executive producers. Y'all know what it is. This make this thing go viral. When we get close to the day and we really be pushing and marketing more. And I'll tell y'all, like, I feel with Pete. He had noodles, he had shoes, they probably didn't do that good, but at least he doing it. At least he don't sit here and say what we need to be doing. The man always been a trendsetter. He always been, you know, trying to create things, you know. And like me, you know, I'm doing a comic book. The comic book is coming along real good. It's a lot of work, y'all. I'm glad I'm starting now instead of waiting 2027. It's a lot of work doing a comic book. I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we got a documentary coming out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're doing other stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, man, the comic book gonna be good. And I'm gonna let y'all know it's a black comic book, but it's gonna be other people in the comic book because they Batman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, they got a black Lex Luthor. They got a black Green Lantern. Come on, y'all. So we gotta cater to everybody, like P said, so we can. That's the only way that's the only way we get recognized worldwide, man. You can stay local if you want to, but if you want to, like I said, you gotta think big as a people. You gotta think big. If you don't think big, you're always gonna be at the bottom. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. You gotta think big, and a lot of us don't think big. Like I said, a lot of us practice individualism. That's the problem. Me. And I got no problem with it. If you want to just worry about yourself, that's cool. I had a partner told me that other day. He said, hey, man, I got to worry about me and my family because black people don't want nothing. They just rile themselves up on TV. Just like when you get pulled over by the police, some of you bring that crap on yourself. Just comply, man. I got to call somebody. I know there's some dirty cops out there. All cops ain't bad either, y'all. I know a lot of good cops. I'm sorry. And all that defund the police crap is stupid because you got to have order. If you don't have order, you will have chaos. And we as a people can't afford no chaos, especially in the hood. It's already chaos. You can't get no more chaotic than that. You know, we got to start calling out the real stuff, y'all. We got to stop this, you know, because we do sometimes play the victim. But nah, that one Stacey Abrams, bro, was another sister, yeah. But she knows Stacey Abrams, though. Yeah, real good people, you know what I'm saying? Bro, this I can't even drive down Auburn Avenue knowing what it once was. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, y'all. Oh, I mean, 35 minutes. Dang, this in a while because there's so much to talk about, man. And I'm gonna I'll be back on tomorrow. Got some stuff to talk about, but I want to touch on the P thing while I'm still fresh. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and eat my salad. But make sure y'all like subscribe to the channel, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel because when the documentary drop, it's gonna drop hard. And yeah, just trying to get everything together. So hopefully by end of September, we'll be done with everything, with the editing and everything. I'm just trying to I'm going over things now, just trying to make sure it's some stuff I had to take out, trying to kind of squeeze stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? And the first one was 24 minutes. We're trying to push like 45 minutes on this one. Hopefully we can 45 minutes to an hour, you know what I'm saying? But We Control You that's the movement, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Master P. We talking about Master P for those who just getting here. Hit the like button, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna do a pre-record video on it too. But yeah, man, P was right for the most part. You know what I'm saying? We just can't keep holding other people. You can't keep. It's like the Democrats blaming Trump for every damn thing. And the crazy part about it, because I'm not a Trump supporter, but the thing about the SAVE Act about having IDs to vote, don't you know 60 to 70% of Black Americans agree that you should have an ID? So why are the smaller percent of Black people against it? Why they against it? Majority of Black people for it. You gotta have an ID to drive a car. You gotta have an ID to buy alcohol, to get a house, to do everything pretty much. So you mean to tell me you just let anybody vote? That's crazy to me. That's crazy. But that's a topic for another time, y'all. That being said, I'm out of here. Peace.